Welcome to the Best Small Business Podcast, where BJ and I deliver powerful insights, breakthrough ideas, and simple solutions to make your business unbelievably successful. I'm Rich G.
And I'm BJ Flagg, and this is episode 165, CYA, Digital Trails Using Production Software. Oh my gosh, this is a very timely episode.
Everybody out there knows what CYA stands for. So
yes,
we're not going to go there.
No. Last week we did WTH. Yes. Although for half the development time I was saying WTF. That was not appropriate.
That was not the right one.
Not appropriate. But CYA. So how many times have you run into that special client who forgets the decisions you make and that they make, and now you have to tell them how stupid they are?
all the time.
I know.
Many businesses are moving quickly to online apps like OneNote and Evernote, Notion, Rome Research, Basecamp to help them document and share key information. So we're going to be talking about that all day today.
Yeah, we're going to dive right into it. We'll throw Salesforce in there too, just for the diehards.
Yes.
So, yes. But let me launch with tip number 1. Know thyself. What works best for you? You got to really look within and realize that our photographic memory won't help us all the time when you need to put your hands on that Penske file. We went over that last week, and yes. It's true. Your memory is not what it used to be.
Yeah,
so we need to get you a solution.
You need to own up to your own style and your ability to commit. And that's a big one, is committing to a process of note-taking that will be trackable and searchable at a later date, because that's what's going to save you.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, how could you share your notes with, one thing that comes up all the time is how can you share your notes with other team members and clients? This is 101. If you're using small notebooks and things like that, that's just not productive in this sharing community that we have going now.
And talking about sharing, you also need, what type of security do you need with these notes? Because there might be critical information, company secret information, financial, medical information. There could be a lot of stuff in there.
Oh, definitely. So a solution for you might not be the same for, another person, even within your own company.
Yes.
So it's good to do your research.
Well, tip number 2 is, are you a computer note taker or a paper note taker? Yeah. And that's a big one. I mean, now there are iPads where you can take handwritten notes and they can be digitized. I mean, it's fine, but you need to understand how you and your team work best. Do you like to draw diagrams? Do you like to draw pictures?
Yeah. Big. Do you like to type while you're taking notes? Have a quiet keyboard. Nothing worse than being in a Zoom meeting and you hear clack, 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 clack. That's just not professional.
Yeah,
so what is it you could use?
I just bought a Bluetooth Mac keyboard, their new one, and it's phenomenal. It cost me a lot of money, but my clients can't hear me type at all. I asked them, do you hear me typing? They go, no, not at all. And so that's important. Will you take notes that you will understand in the future? And I bet you a lot of people run into this where I go, I have no idea what I just wrote here.
No idea. No, not a clue. And I'm talking 5 minutes after I did it too, which is just dangerous. So one of the things I had shared with Rich while we were kind of putting our stuff together is we create an agenda for every meeting. So that agenda gets we happen to use Basecamp as our note-taking area. And we'll put that agenda into Basecamp. And during the meeting, I'm staying right with the agenda, taking my notes. So thank goodness, as soon as that meeting is over, it's actually almost ready to go back over to the client as a meeting note for them. So, you have to kind of understand how important it is to be able to understand what your notes are.
Sure. And how do you develop priority or importance in your notes? How do you mark off client deliverables, your deliverables? What's important? What needs to happen? You need to come up with a system for that and a platform that will allow you to have a system that's good for your business.
Exactly. Not going to be the same for somebody else. If you're a
Yeah.
solo entrepreneur, it might mean that you're using a bullet journal that gives you the ability to create your own shorthand and your own ability to kind of keep track of, a lower amount of clients that you'll be able to look back in future and say, oh, I know exactly where all those things are. So in a way, it can be individual, but it can also then go into what's going on at the company. So both create their own little dilemmas. So tip number 3, understand the application's process and then create your own process. How many times have we, in Richard, you admitted something that you do not watch the videos that give you all the instruction.
I'm actually, the reason why we're doing this is I'm trying to find a good online note-taking practice because I was using paper and I was looking at Rome Research and I haven't watched any videos how to use it. I just went in and started using it and I'm already in trouble.
Oh my gosh. And it's one of those things, those videos will help you beyond belief. So definitely grab a couple of videos and it might give you that ability to say, oops, this is not for me, as soon as they show you a couple of things.
And after a couple, contemplate how you can customize it for your own business model. See, I take notes for each of my clients and I have about 25 clients. So each week, I need to take notes for that client and their deliverables and stuff like that. I need to be able to quickly go back to a note for that client. And I don't want to have to go through, I need to have a file system. So I need to start figuring out how to personalize my platform for my business.
Yeah. And also, this is something that you just don't want to put off. It's do it from the beginning and you'll just thank yourself later. You've got an account, you're working through it. You're going to have the ability to say, you know what, when we first started back in March 2017, there were a lot of things that you were struggling with at that time. They will be impressed. And a lot of our clients rely on us and say, hey, do you know what that Thanksgiving form looked like last year? I can tell them exactly what the Thanksgiving form looked like and what they said about it, which really helps jog their memory too. So it can be helpful for everybody.
While you're at it, you're not an island. Is this a company-wide decision? Could you be the hero who solves your company's client data note-taking shortfalls?
Yes. Yeah. I threw that in there because I thought to myself, oh my goodness, some people come up with this incredibly great idea and they're using it all by themselves in your company. And you're like, what is that? And they're like, oh, well, it's how I keep notes. It's how I do that. And they're doing it completely outside of your ecosystem.
Yes.
Yes. And that can be really an issue when it comes to, your company's intellectual property and things like that. So consider how you can maybe be the hero.
Perfect. Well, tip 4 is make sure that the platform has stability. Will it grow with you and your future needs? And this is something I'm going through. Rome Research is fairly new. They could go away tomorrow.
Right.
They could just say, you know what, this isn't working for us. Goodbye. And I'm stuck with a year's worth of client notes on a platform that is no longer used. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it could happen. Think of all the apps that Google has eliminated in their history. They just say, well, we're not doing that anymore, and you're stuck.
I know. So, and, do you lose all your data? Is it buggy? Is it a relational database? So everything kind of organizes and, coordinates together. That's one thing I do like about Rome Research, though, is the fact that they utilize the concept of relational database.
Yes.
So
yeah.
don't give up on it quite yet.
Yeah. Don't marry your cousin, no relations. So does it have APIs to merge with other products?
Yeah.
Well, I know Rome Research works with Pocket. So you highlight an article and it could feed into Rome Research. So everything comes in there. So keep looking at how it becomes a central nexus for a lot of different things.
Yeah, that's a great one. So we have a really fun resource for you all about note-taking. Here we go. Electronic Shorthand, an easy-to-learn method of rapid digital note-taking by Michelle Campbell-Scott. I think everybody should try this out.
Yeah, it's a quick and easy to learn method of taking notes on an electronic device, whether it's a smartphone, tablet, or computer. Unlike traditional shorthand, it doesn't involve learning a whole new language. It's similar to texting, but with a few simple rules.
Yeah. And you know what I love about it is it kind of enables you to take these really extensive notes, and you can do it quickly and easily. And then everything is available in the cloud without having to transcribe them or type them up afterwards. Huge benefit.
Yeah, so this book can save you the hassle, stress, and confusion of taking notes. If you're like me, where I go, I have no idea what I just wrote here. This book is going to help me. It's going to be a wonderful resource for me. So
definitely. Thanks, Michelle.
And that's it for today. Hit the subscribe button down below to ensure you never miss an episode. And if you like this podcast, feel free to share it with your friends. We're on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. And click the thumbs up button. The more you click, the more people hear our weekly podcasts.
Exactly. And I want to thank all of our core business partners who have helped us get to 165 podcasts, and we thank our producer and editor, Richard Scalzo, the man who makes everything happen. Speak to you soon and have an unbelievable week.
Catch you later.